Small forward, Graham. At the other forward position, now introducing this average.
Welcome to, here's the starting group for the San Antonio Spurs. We've got Wembanyama, and it's Carroll in at the power forward position. And for the Thunder, they've got Williams, Topic out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Holmgren, and it's Rodriguez in at the center, locking down the middle. You look at Oklahoma City, and they're looking at a quick exit from the conference finals if they can't get the job done tonight.
I mean, you're right, B.A. This game tells you a lot about a team's character. Faced with almost an impossible job, do they pack up and head home? Motivation's an issue when your back is against the wall.
And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve. Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Here's West. Fires the three. Counted from distance.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It's all about mindset out of the gate. If you're aggressive and they give you room, go ahead, let it fly.
Three-pointer. Holmgren with a rebound. And Holmgren's got the ball here for the Thunder. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
And the basket by West.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Outside, Williams. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. Here's West. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Here's West. That three off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Uses the glass on the layup.
He's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
The Spurs have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Here's West. Sinks it from distance.
3 points.
West has got 9 points.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Here's Holmgren. Tries again. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. Pass to West. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. And the basket by West. He's got 11.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Trying anything now to get them out of this slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Thunder trail by 5. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Topic from behind the arc. Knocks down the long J.
Well, pretty pass from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy can score it, but make sure you're lifting up the guys around you.
Here's West. Gilgeous-Alexander defending.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
From the arc. Here's Wembanyama. Ran for 3. Good. And the assist to Wembanyama.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Tried to answer back. but that three is off the mark. San Antonio leading by 5. And the basket by Castle.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one's good. Topic.
Now, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander facilitating for his team right now. What a pretty pass.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Get up from your seats and make the noise for T-shirt time.
So both teams making some changes. Chosen one, the pass to Carroll. Here's West, defended by Jones. Clock at 6. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Here's West. Drains the triple. West has got 14 points for the game.
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
Thunder trail by 4. We've got Barnes, and it's Rodriguez in at the center position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Well, the chosen one in their last game against the Thunder was outstanding. He had 36 points, and in terms of his shooting, well, mistakes and bad selections were few and far between. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
San Antonio with the ball, following the bucket by the Thunder. 52 seconds left to play in the second quarter. The three. And Conley grabs the miss.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Barnes, no good. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. Pass to West. From downtown, that's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. West has got 6 here in the quarter.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Up top, Barnes. Covered by Wembanyama. Barnes feeling it out a bit. 14 feet away. Not going to go that time.
Good contest. Can't let it go.
The first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been...
The Spurs, 49. And please give a big round of applause for your Thunder Youth Dance Team.
And we welcome you back to Game 4, folks. Thanks for joining us. Thunder trail by 5. So on the floor for the Spurs, they've got Castle, and it's Carroll in at the 4 slot.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Here's West. The 3. Oklahoma City grabs the miss. Rodriguez has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Topic. Rebounded by Castle.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Here's West. 17 points in the game. Nails it from 3.
3 points.
West has got 20 points.
Yeah, he's really giving up size in that matchup. But on the perimeter, he can find the room he needs.
It's incredible to me how players have become so adept at creating just enough space to get the shot off. Nicely done.
And the Spurs call time here.
Let's get up and get loud for your Thunder Girls Dance Team. Raise up and give a round of applause for your Thunder Youth Dance Team.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Wembanyama, pass to the chosen one. Six on the shot clock. Takes a three. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Williams. Here's Holmgren. The shot, no good. Good D by Wembanyama.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
Let's go with a three. And the basket by West. And now it's a 12-point Spurs lead.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Pass to Rodriguez. Lets it go from deep. And it's Graham with the rebound. Graham's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's West. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. And Gilgeous-Alexander with a block.
How about that? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a big-time defender, and sends that one back.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Look at Shai playing big inside.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Here's West. 26 points for him. Pure from three-point range. West has got 12 points now in the quarter.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. On the take. Rebounded by Castle. Castle's got 4 rebounds now. Here's West. Outside Wembanyama. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Here's West. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
And the Thunder call time here.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
Both teams are So both teams changing it up here. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for San Antonio.
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Jalen Williams is out there with Chet Holmgren. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Topic. And it's Rodriguez in at the 5. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Here's West. Williams defending. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Thunder trail by 20. Here's Topic. Pass to Williams. The three-pointer off the mark.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Here's West. Launches a three. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
From deep. Knocks it down from distance. West has got 6 in the quarter.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Now here's man. Pass to West. A minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. The three is up. Connects again from distance. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight. And there aren't many feelings like this in sports. Knowing you've earned a trip to the NBA Finals, a special moment for the Spurs.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
Boy, what an impressive showing. These conference finals. Right from the jump, they looked like the more dominant and confident team, and they just steamrolled their way to a sweep in this one.
And there was never any doubt who the best team in this series was. They didn't just beat their opponent, they
So the San Antonio Spurs win the series and will move on.
Well, the West was no joke. It has always been a battle, and this team made it all the way through, able to survive the gauntlet, make the plays when it mattered most, and they arrive at their destination thus far.
And their reward for surviving the West, a trip to the NBA Finals.
Now, this is a team that has their sights set on bigger hardware. And even though they'll face a tough test out of the East, they want to be the ones to hoist that Larry O'Brien.
Well, they've proven they've got the skill. Going to be a great matchup, that's for sure. That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. We'll see you next time.
Fire drill, the real thing. Yeah, you know that nighttime, daytime she don't see me, acting like a pocket holding 50. Pull it with a Mickey Mouse, this ain't Disney. Still identity, put a like Paul Wall, I might just put a grill in. Boy, go get your paw paws chili with the chili. You know me, pull a Pluto move, take white Scottie Pippen. Like it beef with from everybody in the city. Keep that doggy in a 360 deal, pulling gimme. What's that? Mind your business. Sports Center, Rodeo, put a kill it. Before I ate, I need closet like a clothing store. I need a cash register. I feel abused, pulling on my belt. You need help with something? Pump the gas or something. Order TK1s on that, put confetti on it. Catching slip. I gotta keep my so I won't go to alone. Not a fire drill. I got walked in, that's my twin Balenciaga on it. Talking about on the net, he tattled on me. Won't believe this hoodie 1500 without no logo on it. Boy, we been a little homie. I ain't never hate before. Dog so broke, I'm praying for him. She up waiting for me. Dr. Trench is banking on me. When I hit
Lexus, you always challenging me. You know I love it when you challenge me, so let's do it.
Had to wear the Proving Grounds jersey today for this gameplay because I'm pretty excited. All right, what's the game plan, guys?
We'll just play sides if that's possible. But
Pass
if
the
not,
ball, exploit
I think we should be
mismatches,
fine.
kick out. Yeah, we good. We got him.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna let him backdoor me because I know they're trying to do that.
Good
I
defense.
got you. LD, I got you.
Yep, good defense.
Nice, get that rebound.
Let's
Nice.
Boom. Oh, they found
That
me.
was a good
I
foul. That was a good foul.
It's got good defense on you.
Yep.
It's all right. I see you, Power. Good shot.
Oh, missed.
Let's go. Good rebound. Good tipping. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm there. I'm there.
Sipping.
Come on.
Okay.
I see you, LD. Good way to play through it. Good stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
Good help.
Break. He can't shoot. He can't shoot. Okay, I'm gonna guard him.
Good
Green.
pass,
Good
Power.
shot.
Let's go.
4.
Good rebound.
Nice rebound.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The championship could be claimed right here. Folks, it is electric in the arena for this Game 6 of the NBA Finals. So glad you could join us for it. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And reporting from the sidelines all game long, we've got David Aldridge. And the starting group for the Spurs, we've got West. He's out there with Castle. Kevin Vassell out there with Victor Wembanyama. And it's Carroll in at the 4-man position. And for Chicago, Pollard is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Purdue. And it's Temple in at the small forward position. Taking a look at San Antonio. Greg, they're feeling good, playing like a champion, and don't want to let this get down to a Game 7.
And I like that mentality. Sure, you'd like your fans to be there when you win the title, but what's more important is getting the job done. You can have a parade later if you close the deal.
Wembanyama looking it over. Vassell finds West. Just 5 to shoot. From outside, off the mark. Here's Chicago. They lost their last game on Tuesday.
You guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Oh, that is well said. They're being handed 3 points and just couldn't convert. And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
To the right side. Outside Lowry. Passes it to Pollard. Inside. And the basket by Purdue.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
Purdue against West. Here's the 3. Hands it from downtown.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Here is Purdue. Jackson has the open look. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's West. Picked his pocket. And they're pushing it up. A finish. And slam dunk by Purdue.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic dunk.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Now here's West. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
Whew. Right now, they are humming along. 3 of 4 to start this game.
Lowry with the ball. Pass to Purdue. From deep. Vassell grabs the board. San Antonio's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. West against Lowry. West outside. Just 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound. From outside the arc. Here's Carroll. And the rejection by Jackson. Purdue the pass to Temple. Looks for Lowry. Gets it to him.
2 minutes.
Rebounded by the Spurs. Now West. He has 6. And there's 1:45 left in the first quarter. There's the 3. Rebounded by Temple.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Outside Lowry. To the paint from 13. And no good. Spurs leading by 4. West outside. The 3. Drills the three-pointer. West has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
See, he had time to line it up, and you know what? He's capable.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
Both teams. Making some changes here. Quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. On the court right now for the Spurs. They've got Edwards. West is out there with Castle. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Carroll in at the power forward. And here's West for 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
3-point.
West has got 12 in the game.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Anderson can't get it to go.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And here's West for 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 three-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second. A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
1:05 left now here in the second. That 3 off the mark. Bulls trail by 11. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Nets the corner 3. Lowry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Lowry against West. There's the triple. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here is Lowry. He's got 5. Here's Jackson. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Wembanyama outside. West against Lowry. Takes the 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
Lets the 3 fly. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And we'll see.
The Spurs 50.
And we're back with you as these two in their quest for an NBA championship. What can you say? The chosen one, an impressive effort here today.
He's been the difference.
And it sort of came out of nowhere. He's not someone that they typically depend on to carry the team, but here, in a massive game, all of a sudden, he's the man.
They've got Pollard. Jackson is out there at Purdue. And it's Lowry in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for Chicago. 11-point game. Purdue the pass to Lowry. Another 3 for Chicago.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to steam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
And now let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. The chosen one in the last game against Chicago was sensational. He added 37 points, and he added a few assists as he was able to set up his teammates for good looks. Incredible effort on his part. We'll see if tonight means more of the same. Kevin?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
And that's how...
Teams will make substitutions. Here's Anderson. 6 points for him. Bulls moving the ball around. That one goes. Count it.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Purdue against West. Puts up a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. West has got 6 points in the quarter.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
San Antonio foul.
Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Personal foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
At the line for the Bulls.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Spurs leading by 6. Temple dishes to Anderson. To Purdue, lets it go from deep, gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
After a tremendous first quarter, 3 trays, he's put in another.
West against Purdue, beyond the arc, and again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the 3rd quarter. Both teams putting up points. Spurs out in front, up by 6. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And we're back. Good to have you with us for 2K Sports coverage of Game 6. Spurs shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. West is out there with Castle. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then it's Buckner. And it's Carroll in a power forward. 6 to shoot. West, that's good.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
And the chosen one gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. So the team's changing it up here. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Over in the corner, Williams from past the arc. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama has got his 8th rebound here tonight. West against Anderson. West outside. Three-pointer. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Bulls trail by 13. And here's Anderson. Outside Williams. Back to Anderson. From the arc. And again, no good by Chicago.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Wembanyama finds West. Launches it. Buries the long-range jumper. 3. West has got 39.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you got it going from three-point range, you got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
Here's Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Timeout.
Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 10 rebounds. Timeout called the Bulls. They trail by 18. 1:49 left to play in the final quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, the chosen one.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And you know, his performance tonight is going to make the championship all that much sweeter for him. He knows he has been the biggest factor in earning them that trophy. The 3 connects again from distance.
Unbelievable shooting, and he continues to climb the all-time leaderboards for threes made in a playoff game.
Offensive fireworks from long range. So fun to watch, putting on a show on the big stage. Lets it go with a 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And wow, that's the end of an epic journey taken by both these teams in unbelievable fashion. Get the NBA title rings ready, folks, for the Spurs.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
They got the job done in a big way here in Game 6. And I think they're starting to carve their names into the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
Yeah, they should. I mean, they've got this title.
Good! Another from 3.
He's putting on a shooting exhibition that has left this entire arena slack-jawed.
And Greg, he finds himself tied for second place all-time in three-point makes for a playoff game. Smooth sailing for San Antonio. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. From the arc. And again for 3.
An incredible shooting display if you hadn't noticed already, and he just keeps it going.
Well, he now owns the second most three-point makes in a game in NBA playoff history. How about that? For the 3, connects again from distance.
incandescent from long range. The defense throwing up their hands. How do you stop it?
I don't know. And he's now tied the single-game playoff record for three-pointers made.
That's the end of the game. Thanks for supporting.
And the San Antonio Spurs have done it. They are the NBA champions.
Oh, they did it, and it is time to celebrate. You can see the relief, the exhilaration that comes from winning it all. It is over. You have accomplished your goal.
You have to hand it to the entire organization. They work together to get right here.
And guys, what a reward for the fan base. I mean, I know one thing. They're going to enjoy this memory for a long, long time.
And we have enjoyed our time with you folks all season long. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long. Have a wonderful summer.
Fire drill, the real thing. Yeah, you know that nighttime, daytime she don't see me, acting like a pocket holding 50. Pull up with a Mickey Mouse, this ain't Disney. Still identity, put a like Paul Wall, I might just put a grill in. Boy, go get your paw paws chili with the chili. You know me, put a Pluto move, take white Scottie Pippen. Like it be with from every in the city. Keep that doggy in a 360 deal, pulling gimme. What's that? Mind your business. Sports Center, Rodeo, put a kill it. Before I ate, I need a closet like a clothing store. I need a cash register. I feel abused. Pulling on my belt, you need help with something, pump the gas or something. Order TK1s on that, put confetti on, catching slip. I gotta keep my so I won't go to alone. Not a fire drill, I got walked in, that's my twin, Balenciaga on it. Talking about on the net, he tattled on me. Won't believe this hoodie 1500 without no logo on it. We been a little homie. I ain't never hate before. Dog so broke, I'm praying for him. She up waiting for me. Got the trenches banking on me. When I hit the bank, they know me. I feel like no favorite. You better know that. Yeah, it's not a fire drill. This the real thing. Yeah. Like it's normal. But I seen him with a man play the chorus. Wait a minute, you are an unimportant person. My jeans patch with zebra stripes, tigers and some horses. Bar, buddy, say I'm adorable. Paid him for like Harlem, drive business while we serving. Better we get on him, he won't make it. Down, keep going on some was popping currents. Gucci don't lie, say she want a fluffy puppy. Me, I got a no Amazon searching slush machine. She got on Bottega purse and feet look like bamboo leaf. You know I'm a can't call me your majesty. She say I'm the man in her dreams. I'm her fantasy. You know he ain't find nothing. Boy, stop asking about. You might catch little bro ballin'. He Bryce Maxwell. Thought she was gonna be my Valentine. Better look next year. Watch me. Only good and cooking. Watch Matilda. Watch me drop the form with my kneecap. Before they close it, fix my fingers. Goodness, he took my swag to Woodward. I gotta keep that boy my only good look. Look go, I'm feeling like Snoop and Suge now. They act like it's hoodlum. No way, no kid look up to. Came up out the slums, but next house gon' have a butler. Know you heard little cousin and they swing it like nunchuck. Like Alvin the Chipmunk. Right now, on my ass, I ain't do sit up. Say thanks to my guys, all y'all who wanna hit trend up. Tired of stealing stuff, tell them where you got it from. I need something for Father's Day, I need roses by the dozen. I am not in competition, I'll blow your face. Kobe Bryant, you DeMar DeRozan, missing out a fire drill. I'm my grandma. This is not a fire drill.
I was wondering, what is on your mind? I'm just waiting for you to tell me, baby. My bed, so I know I'm on your mind. Bell to microphone, where do we go? Get one more in one more time.
Okay.
Green.
Good shot.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
Yes,
I love it.
okay.
Yep.
Power's carrying both of you.
Hey, that's fine. We playing as a team, Alexis.
Yep.
Stay off my back.
You got it? Oh, I'm going.
Get dunked on again. Oh! I tried it. That's all right. Got a little overzealous there.
No, you're fine.
What?
Man, I saw you.
That's all right.
Oh.
That's all right.
Nah, it's all
They're
good.
just blitzing us, like, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
that's all.
Yeah.
Fans, and now the presentation of the awards ceremony. C.E.O. Francis Rivers. Trainman. Kristaps Porzingis. Number 16. And now, the NBA champions, your San Antonio Spurs.
Welcome, everyone, to a new season of the NBA. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us at 2K Sports are as we get ready to start the season in style. Tonight, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs as they play against the Washington Wizards. Welcome, everyone, courtside with two ex-NBA stars, Grant Hill and Brent Barry. I'm Brian Anderson. We've got Allie LaForce on the sidelines tonight as well. And now the Washington Wizards starters. Malik Monk is out there with Anthony Edwards. Then there's George, and it's Jeffries in at the 5. And for San Antonio, they've got Victor Wembanyama. Castle is out there with Devin Vassell, and it's Carroll in at the 4 slot. Here's West, down to 5 on the shot clock. No good with the triple. What's not to love about opening day, Grant? Every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
Here's West. Fires from deep. Buries it from 3.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Jeffries. Stolen by Vassell. Here's West. There's the triple. That one no good. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Willie Green and I got a chance to talk for a bit. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Here's West. From outside the arc, knocks down the triple. West has got 6 points.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Edwards looking for an opening. There's the 3. Washington again can't hit.
Look, I know he wanted to answer with a 3 of his own, but you gotta play smarter. Play your game, not theirs. Wow. Some strong perimeter shooting here in the first quarter.
Washington has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc.
West. First personal foul. First team foul.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Monk passes to George. to halt the run. Rebound by San Antonio.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
West. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Wizards trail by 9.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Now a timeout called by Washington.
They're just giving away a run right now. The question is, can they stop the tide?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
So San. Here's Castle. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. All right, this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting in the second. We've got Edwards. He's out there with Malik Monk. And it's Jeffries in at the center position. Here's West. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. They grab their own miss. This one for 3. Hits a three-pointer. West has got 15 points.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
The Wizards trail by 13. Now Monk. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Here's West. 15 points in the game. Fires for 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
It's just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute to play. It's Monk on the wing. And the 3 off target.
Well, he's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Squads that love to run. Last year's team leaders in fast break points. The Wizards in 5th.
They would just push the ball at every opportunity, even when defenders had already gotten back.
Pass to Weber. Back to Monk. Fires the 3. Washington again can't hit. Spurs lead by 14. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Wizards last season for the first time in a long time hitting the reset button. A losing record, no surprise, but they're trying to build something from the ground up. Enough of treading water in the middle, Brian. They're 45 straight seasons without hitting 50 wins, the longest such streak in NBA history.
Washington making some changes. George, he's checked in for Hendricks. Christie comes in for Edwards. And it's Alexander Walker in for Monk. Here's West, covered by Alexander Walker. Just 5 to shoot. 4-3. It's rebounded by George. The Wizards trail by 9. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Pass to Christie. Here's Jeffries. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, come on, B.A. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job in help.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Here's West. On target from range. West has got 21 points in the game.
Credit the plays they're calling for. Getting him right now some good shots. His 4th foul already, and we're not even at halftime. They'll likely limit his minutes the rest of the way.
The Spurs making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Walter, he's checked in for Washington. Washington again can't hit.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Here's West. 21 points in the game. puts up a three. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Pass to Christie. Three-pointer. Gets the three to fall. Christie's got 5.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Here's Porzingis. And so it's San Antonio earning.
Your Spurs, 39. The Wizards, 29.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. And there have been a few teams lately who have been stockpiling draft picks, Brent. What do you think of that approach?
Well, B.A., if you look at the success of the draft, you're kind of 50-50 on whether or not you're going to get the talent that is required to win a championship. So getting multiple bites at the apple is a great strategy for teams to try to build the foundation of a championship caliber team.
We've got Devin Vassell. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Castle. And it's Carroll in at the 4. That's the group for Willie Green getting going here in the second half. Here's the 3. Carroll with the rebound. Spurs lead by 9. Here's West. Launches it. Score it. 13 shots, 9 makes. Solid.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Weber for 3. And another miss by Washington.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is. And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that. Wizards trail by 14. Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's West. 27 points for him. The 3 ball. Out of bounds, it'll be Wizards ball. And let's see what Washington has coming up. On Friday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. And then on Saturday, the Atlanta Hawks come to town, kicking off a homestand for them.
And for that game against the 76ers, that's one to mark on the schedule. It's their 5th game of the year, and we should start to see lineups get sorted out.
And here's Edwards outside. The triple hit for Edwards.
Shooting the 3 with confidence. That's exactly what this team needs from Edwards.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
And Washington making a change here. Hendricks is checked in. Here's Castle, guarded by Edwards. Pass to West. Here's the 3. The shot misses. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. They trail by 11. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road. And this is his second and third free throws tonight. And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this. Putting on a shooting clinic from deep. He had that huge first half, and he's still rolling.
Outside Edwards. There's the triple. Rebound by San Antonio. At one point, they led by 16.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball.
Wizards ball.
And here we now get a look back on the best shot blockers in the NBA last season. Victor Wembanyama is second.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
Walter, he's checked in for Washington. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And the basket by West.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Pass to Monk to the left side wing. Walter from outside with the putback. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Spurs lead by 16. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, that's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. Rivers, good.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores. Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys, 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
There's 53 seconds left in the third quarter.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
The Wizards trail by 15. There's the three. Rebound by San Antonio. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Drops in the 3. West has got 12 points here in the second half.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Monk against Graham.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Washington shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And the first one at the line is good. So for Washington, Jeffries checked in for George. Alexander Walker comes in for Anthony Edwards. And Christie subbed in for Monk. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's West. And again for 3. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
The BA, he's on fire.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Gets it to go from the corner. Alexander Walker's got 5 points. Here's West. Got it off in time. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
The defense has to be besides themselves there. Terrific shot to close out the quarter by him.
And so the San Antonio Spurs ending the quarter with a... And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the court right now for the Wizards, we've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and it's Jeffries in at the 5, down low. Here's West. The Spurs rebound. Second chance effort, and the layup is good by Carter.
Putting in work. Carter Jr. is a lunch pail guy who just goes about his business.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Weber. Here's Jeffries. Carroll with the rebound. Carroll's got his 5th rebound in this one.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's West, covered by Alexander Walker. 4-3. He buries it from 3. West has got 45 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
A few possessions into the fourth, just over a minute played. Offensive rebound. Off target at the rim. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home. Another shot. Count that bucket.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
To the left wing. Here's Weber. Hits a 3-pointer. Weber's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Here's West, covered by Alexander Walker. Fires for three. Good! Another from three.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. Pass to Hendricks. Blocked! Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Here's West. From deep. Oh, connects again. And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Spurs.
Their defense has been on point all game long. They're out hustling the shooters and swatting down plenty of shots.
Well, the other part about tonight, you got to give credit to the coaching staff. They came in here with a great game plan, defensively locked in. They were ready for the sets. They jumped in passing lanes. They came away with steals. I mean, they anticipated just about everything.
2 minutes.
Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, going up there. Vassell showing off his hops.
Pass to Christie. Drives to the hoop. And out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Spurs ball. Substitution on the court.
1:49 left to play in the fourth. Here's West from behind the arc. Connects again from distance.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been. And the ball out of play. The Spurs will have it. Here's San Antonio now. They're on an 18-5 run.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Spurs.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for the chosen one.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's
good. Another from three.
There it is, a shot that puts them tied at the top of the record books.
Masterclass in three-point shooting. Amazing. Alexander Walker, the pass to Monk. The three. And it's Graham with the rebound. Boy, this could snowball if they continue to put up points.
I can't say enough about their performance.
Here's West. Monk covers. Just 5 on the clock. Takes the three. West misses. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Can't nail the jumper. Here's West. Three-pointer. And again for three.
And that is a three that will put him in the record books.
The most triples ever in a game. History being made. And so it's San Antonio easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and
Hey.
Come on, man.
Okay, look at Power being coach. Coach DF.
Give me that. Give me that.
Let's go. Go.
Let's go. Switch everything. No threes.
Good defense. Good defense. Yep.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm on you. I'm on you.
Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that.
Power versus.
Let's go, Power.
Everyone else.
Stop playing.
What's up? What's up with the defense? You want to reach on us? We're going to show you how to play defense out here.
Power, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 60% on 3. Nice teammate grades. Everybody had a B- or above, so that's good.
Oh, they had fashion on their minds as they entered the building. Soon, the only... Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. They've got Ja Morant. Monroe is out there with Bosch. And it's Dadier in at the 3 slot. And for the Spurs, we've got Devin Vassell. West is out there with Castle. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Carroll in at the 4. How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
And here is West, coming off a solid outing against Washington. There's the 3. Rebound by Monroe. And Wright kicks to Morant. The 3-pointer, no good. On offense, here are the Spurs. West outside. Takes a 3. Buries it from 3-point range. West has got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for San Antonio. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Willie Green gave me a few minutes to talk with him. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David.
The shots are certainly falling for him here in the early stages.
For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
San Antonio on defense. It's a 3-point game. And it's Wright missing. Here's West. 6 points for him. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. They get the rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Morant passes to Wright. There's the triple. The second chance effort. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Now here's West. This one for 3. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Outstanding start from 3-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Morant kicks to Wright. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Spurs leading by 6. West outside. Shoots the 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Pass to Dadier. Knocked loose. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Here's Carroll, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Yeah, incredible play on both ends of the floor. There may be too big of a gap here.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. They're getting their first look at the season at San Antonio in this one.
Well, these two teams will see plenty of each other as this is the first of 4 contests between them.
The Grizzlies trail by 13. So on the floor for Memphis. Rui Hachimura out there with Monroe. Then it's Morant. Then there's Bosch. And it's Smith in at the shooting guard position. Graham, the pass to West. Jacks up a three. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Down low, Smith. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Morant against West. Five on the clock. A three. That one is good again. He sits right from the floor with the basket.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. The chosen one in the last game against Washington was a man on a mission. He had 60 points, and he was really dialed in from three-point land, making a lot of long ones. The numbers he put up were really impressive, and he's somebody everybody loves watching. Guys, back to you.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Back to Bosch. Morant with a wide-open look. And that time, also a missed shot.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
West against Morant. And he hits the triple. 3 points there in the shot from West. West has got 21 in the game.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Both teams will make substitutions. West against Smith. West with the steal. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Memphis has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Right against West. No one near Smith as he lets it go. And again, Memphis no good.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around. The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
Pass to Dadier. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Dadier's got 6 points.
And dialing up the 3 ball, he finally puts it in to the 14-0 run by San Antonio.
West against Smith. West outside. Shot clock at 6. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
And the chosen one gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's San Antonio.
With the score, your Bears 45, the Grizzlies 27. Please give a big round of applause for your...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What can you say? The chosen one, an impressive effort here today.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
West is out there with Castle. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Carroll in at the four-man position. And that's the group for Willie Green as we begin the second half. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Rest outside. Launches it. Knocks down the three ball. West has got 6 in the quarter.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus.
Substitution. Substitution on the floor.
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. The three from Morant. San Antonio with the rebound. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Shot clock at 3. And here's West for 3. Nailed from three-point land. West has got 39.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Here's Dennis. The Grizzlies with another miss. San Antonio with the ball. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. Graham finds West for 3. And again for 3. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Shots good by Bosch.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Rest outside. 1:06 left in the third. Trains it from beyond the arc. West has got 45 points.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
West against Morant. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And the Spurs with some changes. Wendell Carter comes in for Wembanyama. And it's Trey Mann in for Castle. The Grizzlies also making a change. Hard, he's checked in for Bosch. Passes it to Hachimura. West with the steal. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. From deep. And it's Morant with the rebound. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Morant against West. Launches a 3. It's good from long range. West has got 48.
and they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So on the floor for Memphis, they've got Brooks. Josh Hart out there with Goodwin, and it's Miles in at the two-guard spot. Goodwin passes to Dennis, kicks it to Goodwin. Now here's Hart. And the pass to Brooks. Carter pulls it in.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
West against Miles. West outside. 6 on the shot clock. Again, what an avalanche! He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Goodwin with it. West on him.
Not a guy known for style points when it comes to throwing one down, but every once in a while, Kevin.
Greg, why don't we see more dunks like that from him? He's certainly got the size for it.
Well, remember, guys, size doesn't always equal athleticism.
Something we're used to seeing here in the NBA, Coach. Retired players being critical of the younger generation. Good! Another from three.
And all game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is no stopping his shot.
And this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game that the world never forgets. Brooks kicks to Hart. A floater. Good work defensively by Carter.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
Well, he's such a competitor at that end of the floor. Never takes a possession off.
From past the arc, and again for three.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. Brooks misses. On offense, here are the Spurs. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Miles against West. Fires the three. Connects again from distance.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing. Brooks outside. To the inside, Dennis. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 14-4 run right now. West outside. Lets the three fly. Good! Another from three.
Unbelievable. Gets the record with a beautiful three.
A new single-game record, GA, in a night that everyone will remember for the rest of their lives.
And the crowd letting him know they appreciate his greatness.
Well, he's been nothing less than great. 3-pointers at a historic level.
Well, look, this guy's been on another level in this one. Every time he lets it fly from the perimeter, it feels like it's going to fall. We're watching a historic performance tonight.
Rivers, he's checked in for the Spurs. And Wright kicks to Hart. Monroe wide open. No good on the three. And so Graham will bring it up for the Spurs. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Spurs.
this was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for the Chosen One.
Well, he was so active defensively, anticipating, grabbing steals, one of the most underappreciated stats in the game.
Connects again. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Here's Monroe. The shot missing. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining.
And again.
He's scoring at an insane level here, folks. The defense powerless to slow him down.
Yeah, he's on a mission, closing in on third place all-time in scoring.
And his scoring tonight has dropped him into the conversation with some of the all-time greats. I'm talking about names like Wilt Chamberlain and Kobe Bryant. Simply amazing what we've seen here.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
What is on your mind? I'm just waiting for you to tell me, baby. Heal my bed, get it out, so I know I'm on your mind. Bell to microphone, echo get on in one more time.
Here were the Boston Celtics arriving earlier. The player, and let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. The two Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Then it's Walker Kessler and it's Jemison in at the 1 spot. And for San Antonio, they've got Castle, Victor Wembanyama is out there with Devin Vassell, and it's Carroll in at the 4-man spot. For NBA fans, early season games are so entertaining to watch, Graham. What's your favorite part of the early goings?
You know, B.A., Take your pick. Rookie development, team chemistry building. Plus, you wait all offseason to see how your team measures up. And now, we get to find out.
Now here's Tatum. Right wing. Here's Kessler. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
Yeah, the evolution of Tatum as a passer is evident. This guy more committed than ever to making the right play.
And now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to visit with Willie Green.
We discussed just how difficult Jason Tatum is to guard and what he wants his team to do against him. And Coach told me he's a very talented and polished player. I told our guys to stay in front of him, don't fall for the pump fakes, play smart and under control. It's easier said than done, but we'll see if they're up to the task. Guys, back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
Personal foul. First team.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. 4-point game. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
And I'll tell you, that was not an easy environment to play in. It was a hostile crowd on the road, but it didn't bother them at all.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
Now here's Brown. Kessler passes to Tatum. No good on the three. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, B.A., if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Here's Brown.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
The effort, the position, the timing, all there.
And add instincts to that. He can sense where the rebound's going to go. Here's West. 6 points for him. Three-pointer. Carroll controls the rebound and the putback.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
The Celtics on offense. They trail by 6. And going against San Antonio, their first meeting of the year.
In 2 games last season, they had a hard time against this team, both at home and on the road.
You know, they may have lost some confidence coming off those losses last year. They know their roster is similarly talented. You wonder if that provides extra motivation in this matchup this season.
Don't want to let them get into a rhythm from out there.
Celtics trail by 9. To the middle. Here's Jemison. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Here's West. Last game out, he had 38 points. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. The shot off that time. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for Boston. Jemison's shot is off.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Here's Tatum. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. And Boston with some changes. Christie's checked in for Kessler. Reeves comes in for Grimes. And Beasley has subbed in for Jemison. And the Celtics call time here.
And with the offense reeling, coach has to get these guys on the same page.
And to me, they're...
making substitutions here. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
The other thing, I cannot be more impressed by the defense they've shown tonight. Their willingness to close on shooters, blocking shots, playing with great effort.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
So the Celtics 5 right now. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Then it's Walker Kessler and it's Jemison in at the point guard position.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Spurs lead by 18. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, the chosen one in their last game against the Clippers put on a show. He picked up 38 points, and he was very efficient from the field. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game. Guys?
Good stuff, Allie. Tremendous effort from him in that last game, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I think he pushed them to the win through sheer force of will.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
From the arc. Nice D from Brown.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Here's West. From outside, off the mark. Celtics trail by 21. You know, Grant, we've seen career performances in the play-in tournament, but the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, B.A. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason.
Carroll, he's checked in for Vassell. And the Celtics also making a change. Grimes, he's checked in for Jemison. Spurs lead by 21. Here's West. 12 points for him. The 3. Boston pulls it in. Kessler's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
I can't lie. I love to see that kind of physical play under the rim. He boxes out and claims the rebound.
Here's West. Here's Wembanyama. That shot missing. Tatum with some nice D. Celtics trail by 21. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Well, Jason Tatum has proven he can score at the NBA level, but you want to see him share the basketball pretty fast.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. Doris, it seems like every year Tatum's name is right atop the MVP ballot.
To me, Brian, it speaks not only...
Teams will make substitutions. And the Celtics in possession here. Here's Jemison. No points so far. Can they get it? Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That's on Wendell Carter.
Man, the defender really went after him.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Here's West. And so it's San Antonio ending
for the score. Your Spurs 48. The Celtics 25.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. So it's Boston now. We've got Devin Vassell, Wembanyama out there with Castle, and it's Carroll in at the 4 slot. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. A nice shot by Brown.
That 3-point shooting sets up every aspect of Jaylen Brown's game. What a pretty shot.
Here's West. Clock at 6. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Celtics trail by 20. Here's Jemison. Rebound by San Antonio. Wembanyama's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's West. He's covered by Kessler. And the three-pointer goes. West has got 15.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Pass to Kessler. Here's Grimes. Outside, Brown.
Spurs foul. West. Third personal foul. First.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Three-pointer off the mark.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, "It sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling." Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Here's West. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Now Brown. Pass to Jemison. Here's Grimes. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. He's got 5.
In full-on catch-up mode. They're raining threes right now.
Vassell against Brown. Here's West. 21 points in the game. Wembanyama with it. 5 to shoot. Vassell with it. And Kessler picks him up defensively. Here's West. And there are the Spurs with another bucket.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
And the Spurs making a change here. Graham's checked in. Oh, it's stolen. Here's West. Give him 23. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. And a chance now to look at the schedule for San Antonio. On Wednesday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Friday, they'll be taking on Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And for that game against the Pistons, that'll be game number 10 for them. Starting to get into the full swing of things. Should be a fun one.
Tyson, he's checked in for Brown. From downtown, the shot by Tyson, no good.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
2 points. That one goes.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Boston's gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Reeves, the pass to Tatum. Back to Reeves. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Castle. And it's a Spurs ball. They're on a 13-3 run. Here's West. He's guarded by Beasley. Five on the clock. Beyond the arc. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Pass to Tyson. Now here's Reeves. For 3. Knocks down the triple. Reeves has got 6 points.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's West. He's got 26. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Beasley against Porzingis. Christie's shot is off.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Graham for 3. Nails it from 3. Graham's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so it's San Antonio building a mountain of a lead, up 31 points as this quarter concludes. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. Back to the game after this break. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Celtics, we've got Trey Lyles, and it's Tyson in at the power forward position.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
Doris, Trey Mann is an example of a semi-late bloomer in the NBA.
Yeah, NBA, that's not unusual for a player in his early 20s. Now he's been with a couple of different organizations. There's a versatility to how he contributes in the stat sheet, and a lot of times, especially for somebody of Trey Mann's skill set, it's about fit.
Assist goes to
the Spurs shooting at around 60% in this one. Very efficient. Pass to Buckner. Doris, coaching is a difficult job. You think they're judged unfairly?
I do, PA. I think they go into any circumstance, and it's largely contingent on what is the strength of the organization. What's your ownership like? What is their commitment level to winning? What is your front office and the decision-making process like? But we all know this. Like, the coaches ultimately are the ones who are judged by wins and losses. They know that going in.
And out of bounds. San Antonio will have it.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
And we played through about a minute here in the 4th. Here's West. On the wing man. Pass to West. Puts up a 3. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Here's Lyles. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
To the paint. Carter, good.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Yep, that one goes.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Banked it in off the glass.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Jemison. The rebound by Carter. Carter's got his 4th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Here's West. Pass to Buckner. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Buckner's got 5 points now this quarter.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end. This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Here's West. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
They're really employing a deep-range initiative here in the 4th, and it's working.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the 4th. And we're starting to see some big contracts for NBA head coaches, Doris.
Well, B.A., whether we are talking about player contracts or coaches' contracts, the cost of business is the cost of business. And coaches, to me, earn every penny. Because what happens when teams underperform? The first fall guy is typically that head coach. I have zero problems with the salaries.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Spurs.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for the chosen one.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
Got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
A nice shot by Jemison.
Well, they needed this run way earlier. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Counted from distance. West has got 47 points.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
And so it's San Antonio easily grabbing this one. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Ali LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everybody.